to store the answer for us. So let's call it max value, since that is what we are trying to compute. The concept of minus infinity does not exactly exist in Java. So we will be working with integer.min value, that is a constant value that stores the minimum possible value that an integer variable can have. At the end, we will be printing this max value after doing some work on it inside this for loop. So the work that we have to do is just compare this max value with the current number in each iteration. And the way to do that is by just taking the max of the two. So we can do that with one simple statement, that is max value is equal to math.max. Math.max is an inbuilt function again that allows us to compute the maximum of two given values. We will be computing the max of max value and the current value. And this is the final code for largest of n numbers. So let us quickly do a dry run to understand it in a better way. So for this particular test case, we are given n as 5. So we will be running 5 iterations in total. Initially, I is equal to 1, that has been given to us as the initialization. Inside the loop, we read the current as the next integer available to us. So far we have read our input up until this point. Now the next integer that we are going to read is 10. So in iteration 1, the current variable will hold the value as 10. Before the loop, we have initialized max value as integer.min value. So max value will be storing the lowest possible value an integer number can have in Java. So let's just say minus infinity only for the sake of our dry run. Now what we are going to do is we are going to compare and compute the maximum out of these two values. So out of minus infinity and 10, we will be taking the larger value. Clearly the larger value out of these two is going to be 10 only. So max value will be updated and it will become 10. And then in the next iteration, after I has been updated, so I will be updated to 2, and then we will execute this condition to check whether I is still less than n. So n is 5, I is 2. So we are still within the bounds of our range. So in the next iteration, we will read the current variable as -3. And now we will compare the current variable and the max value that we have with ourselves so far. So out of 10 and -3, the higher value will get stored inside max value. Since 10 is already the higher value and it is already in the max value, there will be no update. Then the value of I is incremented. I is increased to 3. And then again, we check whether 3 or I is less than equal to 5. Since it is, we will continue with our iterations. In the next iteration, the current variable will read the value 2, and then we will compare this value 2 with our max value, that is 10 so far. Again, there will be no updates since 10 is already the larger value. the value of I will be incremented, and then we will have I is equal to 4. In the fourth iteration, the value of current will be read as 12. And in this iteration, we will again compare 12 with our max value so far. Since 12 is a higher value, this time we will update the max value to store the higher number. That is, max value will be updated to 12. Now again, I will be incremented because of I++. We will have I is equal to 5. Our current variable will hold the value 7, that is the last integer left in our input. We will compare 7 with our max value, that is 12. Since 12 is the higher value, we will not update it any further. Finally, I will be updated, and then I will be equal to 6. Over here, when we compare I to be less than equal to n or 5, this will return a false and our loop will be terminated. We will move forward to the statement after the loop, that is printing the value of the max value. So we will print 12 to our console as the output. So that's it for largest of n numbers. Hope you understood it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, Tarun here, and today we are going to be discussing while loops in Java. While loops are used to execute a specific block of code multiple times until a condition is met. The syntax for while loop is, so we write the while keyword followed by round brackets, and inside these round brackets we put the condition that we want to check. Following this, we write by times until a condition is met. The syntax for while loop is, so we write the while keyword followed by round brackets, and inside these round brackets we put the condition that we want to check. Following this, we write curly braces, and inside those curly braces we write the body of the loop. The body of the loop is the part that we want to repeat multiple times. So let us see it in action. So let's say that I want to print numbers from 1 up till 10. Now I'm looking to repeat some kind of behavior, that is, I'm looking to repeat numbers from 1 up till 10. So since repetition is concerned, a while loop can be used over here. So let us define the initialization part. So initialization means from where do we want to begin. So for this particular problem, we want to go from 1 up till 10. So we will define our variable, that is int I, and we will give it an initial value of 1. Next up, we define our while loop, and inside the while loop we define our condition as I less than equal to 10. Basically, our goal over here is to continue executing some piece of code multiple times till the value of I is in between this range. So we start from 1 and we will continue to print the value of I up until I is less than equal to 10. Next up, we are going to write the body of the loop, and what do we want to repeat actually goes over here. So our goal is to print the values from 1 up till 10, and since it is the I variable that is going to hold these values in the first place, we are going to print the values of I. However, there is one small condition over here, that is we have not done the updation part. The value of our I in this current program remains constant. So in a while loop, the updation part needs to go inside the loop itself. So the updation goes inside the loop itself. Generally, it is preferred to do the updates towards the end of the loop after you are done using the value of the iterating variable. So we do I++ towards the end of the loop. So let us do a quick dry run of this code over here. So let's say we want to print values from 1 up till 10. So initially the value of I is given as 1. We begin our while loop, and inside our while loop, we first of all check this condition that I must be less than equal to 10, and only then we will be doing the work inside the loop. Since I is initially less than equal to 10, we will continue with this. We will print the value of I to the console. So let me print the values to the console over here. And then we increment the value of 2. Next, we will go back and we will again check the termination condition. So this condition is again checked. The value of 2 is compared with 10. Since the comparison will again return a true value, we will continue working our iteration. Second iteration, we print the value of 2 over here, and we again increment the I variable. So I now becomes 3. We again check the same condition. Since it will again remain true, we will continue with our iterations. Now we will print the value of I, that is 3, and we increment I, and I now becomes 4. We again check this condition, print the value of I, 4, and increment I, and it becomes 5. And this process will repeat. So let me quickly go over it. So the value of I will continue to increase. It will go to 5, then it will become 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. It will continue to go up till 10, and the corresponding values of I will get printed over here to the console. After it has completed the 10th iteration, the value of I will increase to 11. And now when the value of I will become 11, we will continue to do the same check. Now this time this termination condition will return a false, and a false implies that the loop must be stopped. So the loop will stop executing, and the control of our program will go over here, that is after the loop. Since there are no more statements left in the program, our program will terminate. And the final output will be this, counting from 1 up till 10. And that is exactly what we desired. So that's it for while loops. Hope you understood it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Hey everyone, Tarun here.